All right. I think we're going live now, right? We should be going live now in a few seconds. Okay, that's on. All right, we're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. We're live on live. What's going, okay. I'm gonna have some people come in here right now, little by little. Let me test my soundboard. Soundboard's good? Okay, good. Let me get my other soundboard out. While people are still coming in right now. Yo! What's good, Jomboy? All right. Okay. All right, yeah, we're live on YouTube. No problem. New people hopping on. It's a party. All right, good. Okay, we can start now.
Trying to get on YouTube, get on Twitch. I see. All right, that's the Twitch link. And
okay. Got my agua here. We live again. All right. Little by little. All right. Here we go. Where is my Twitch chat is the question. Whoa. Okay.
is the dryer on?
There
I hear
we
something
go.
ticking. Something is like.
Nah, that's the shit with that AC that the people bought upstairs and shit. Like, oh, this is fucking. I don't know what to do about that. It's just like the water from the AC from the person that lives upstairs drops on my AC, and you hear that click 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 every so often.
Oh, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining about it. I just didn't know if you knew what it was.
I'm complaining about it for damn sure. I'm about to put like a little bucket out there to just hold the shit or something, like a sponge. I don't know. I'll figure it out. All right. I think we're good. We can start now.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, y'all? We got a special episode today, episode 97. This episode's all about you. This is run by you. We've been teasing this forever and a day, guys, but we're finally here. Voicemail apps, Q&A from the chat. Pinstripestrong. Let's do it. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Joes out here with a special ep with my co-host Keith.
What up? What up? Right back at it.
Right
2
back
days in a row.
next day, right on it. And so I know the kids are happy. Kids are happy out here. So we got new podcasts. If you guys did not listen to episode 96, make sure you do stop this right now. Okay, go back, listen to that. Welcome back. All right, and yeah, that's an interesting episode. We make sense of the 4 games against the Rays. That episode dropped today while we're recording it. That's what I mean, today. So tomorrow you'll be listening to this Q&A, all that stuff. You already know. Got the people on Twitch live, got the people on YouTube live. So get some questions ready in the chat, all right? Because maybe I'll put some questions out there. Be like, yo, man, if you guys got any questions in the chat, I'll ask them. Maybe I'll put some in between the voicemails and all of that stuff. If you guys want to join in on some future podcasts or even streams, live streams, anything like that, make sure you do follow, okay? You can be able to follow the Pinstripestrong podcast. We record live on my YouTube page at Joe's McFly or on Twitch at Joe's McFly as well, so we can be able to set that up from there. How you doing, Keith, on this Monday?
I'm good. I was trying to watch that Heat Pacers game, but it's not on TV. So that's once I realized I wasn't on TV. I'm like, yo, let's do it. Let's
What the hell's
jump on the
going on with the
voicemail pod.
NBA with some of these?
I mean, they're doing a good job of putting the games on TNT,
Okay,
NBA TV, ESPN, ABC. But then
so major
this
networks.
match between TJ Warren and Jimmy Butler is not available to everyone. We're trying to see that live, but I won't talk about basketball. This is a baseball pod, specifically a Yankees pod.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about anything. I mean, today's kind of run by everything and everyone. So you guys talk about whatever the hell y'all want to. Really, today this is all about y'all. Oh, I almost forgot because I did forget to do it on the last podcast, but this episode and Pinstripestrong podcast is, of course, brought to you by Jomboy Media. Gotta make sure I keep it down because the kids are sleeping. But Jomboy Media, we got t-shirts, we got funny shirts. You want to get the funny shirts? Ramon Laureano, all of that stuff. We got some new shirts on Deckington. So hop on there, Jomboy Media. It is not just a company, it's not a media company, it's a movement.
Straight up.
Straight up. So you already know what's good. Pinstripestrong podcast. We're seriously serious about not taking things too serious. So you see this logo, just smile, okay, and get hyped because that's what we're about. Some news. We do have some news before we get into voicemails, real quick, because we're probably going to cover some of these things. People might ask them. First thing is, Clint Frazier has been called up. So, you know, we talked about that, right, Keith, in the previous, well, in yesterday's pod, we talked about who's going to come up in this situation. Boom, it's Clint. So I put out a tweet today, and I told people, I say, you know, and you put out a tweet too, right? We got to put that shit on a t-shirt. But Clint's coming up now. I don't want this whole, we're just going to leave him on the bench and we use him when we use him. No. I want to see him play. Okay, it's time for us to see what Clint can do. I understand this Mike Ford stuff or whatever it is. Give him the bulk of the at-bats at DH against lefties and righties. I want to see what this guy can do. I want to see what this guy can do on everyday stuff. One, so that the Yankees can make a decision on this guy, because I'm tired of this whole in-between shit. We don't know what the hell's going on with Clint, whether we're going to go with him or not. And then the other thing is, I kind of want to know if we're not going to keep him, then maybe we could increase his trade value so that other people elsewhere can say, okay, this kid can hit for sure consistently at the major league level. So let's bring this kid along. But there has to be a decision. Well, I feel like we're like halfway pregnant on Clint Frazier. You feel that way?
And at this
Give him
point,
a
he's
chance,
out of
bro.
options. We have to bring him up to the major league level at this point, and we have to see what we want to do with him and what he can actually do. You can't judge that man off of last year. Really, you can only judge him off what you've seen in intra-squad and in the scrimmages. You know, he hit a bomb in the scrimmages. Everyone's looking for that. Bat speed Clint. Clint is in. He was out. Now he's in. That's why I put out that tweet. It was
Nice tweet.
CL, but then the parentheses around the N. CLNT. Put Clint in. See what he can do. He's in.
Put him in.
He doesn't belong out of there. You know, he's a major league player and he's got no other options. And the Yankees obviously have all the talent in the world, but we need to be looking at our future too. Gardy, he's about done. He might have another year max, but I don't think they give him that year. Giancarlo, I hate to say it,
Keeps getting hurt.
and yeah, you know, so it's like, okay, and even with this outfield as it currently is constructed, okay, that leaves us with Judge, Hicks, Talkman. You need a fourth outfielder. Is Clint the fourth outfielder for the future?
He's not a fourth outfield material kind of guy. He's not a guy that's supposed to be playing off a bench. This kid is supposed to be what a starter is supposed to be. I just want to give him the regular at-bat so that he can prove it, okay? And then we can see if we can be... all right. The reason why they keep taking chances on Andujar is because he proved it with his bat over a whole season, Keith. He proved it with a bat already the entire season. And they feel, you know, since Andujar proved it with a bat, throughout a whole season, they feel like, hey, you know what? We can take a chance on him in the outfield. They just start finding positions for him, right, because of his bat. Yeah. Clinton hasn't really had that opportunity to play all season long where they get to the point where like, yo, okay, this kid's bat's legit. We can figure out his defense, you know? So I'm saying give him the chance so that he can figure it out. Other news in baseball, Ramon Laureano yesterday got into a fight. So, first of all, to my guy, Ramon Laureano.
Started a brawl,
yeah.
But not really.
No, he didn't start a brawl, but shout to him. Appreciate you. Freaking clown party in Houston. They went out there, and then one of the coaches were taunting him, and they were just like, I'm so sorry. Oh shit! Every time I mention the Astros, the freaking clown music comes up. As my friend says, I mean, clowns aren't that far away from the circus, so it's just what it is. It sucks that Laureano's gonna get the brunt of it because he kind of charged them and shit like that, but they said that there's going to be a lengthy suspension and all that stuff. The pitcher that hit him, I bet you, gets nothing, right?
He won't get
anything. They continuously keep protecting the Astros. It's a freaking joke.
He might get something. Might get a couple of games, but bro, the real perpetrator, the real criminal in the whole situation is that coach.
Yeah, like.
Why you being a dickhead for? Stop being a dickhead.
Just, bro, sit your ass down and coach your players, B. Stop worrying about what the hell's going out there. They got into a brawl. It's freaking crazy. But, the Astros, fuck, man. Here we go again. Sorry. It's just an automated thing that happens whenever I mention that team's name, and it just
he's got it programmed for whenever you say.
Yeah, it's on automated. So I freaking apologize for that, but for that team,
ain't nobody got time for that.
All right, so if you guys want to leave us a voicemail, feel free to do so. 347-389-4898. We're here for you. For not only this voicemail, but for future voicemails as well. Another thing is what was the last thing here? Oh, the freaking who was it? Clevenger and what's his kid's name? Plesac. They went out and they violated team like.
Oh, that's what's gonna happen, bro.
Oh my god. I am looking for this fucking soundbite so bad, but it's just I cannot find it. Right? Oh, here we go.
You're a fucking idiot.
Like, bro, give me a fucking break, bro. Do you not see what's happening with the Marlins? Do you not see what's happening with St. Louis? And you're gonna violate team rules to go out for what, bro? What are you doing?
Because these guys play once a week. They're both pitchers. They're like, I'm gonna go out in Chicago. It's litty out there. I know I can slide to a couple underground clubs. No one will see me.
Yeah. So, my man left to start whatever it is. So, idiot. But it is what it is. Hopefully, people start to smarten up. Marcus Stroman opted out of the season. No problem with that.
Me either. He played that shit right.
The Mets are probably saying, hey. Or they're probably going to say, hey, I wasn't able to contact him like Yoenis Cespedes or some shit.
He was nowhere to be found.
They try to throw dirt on your name. They thank you so much, Willie, for the 2 gifted subs on Twitch. Appreciate you. But you know how it is. They try to throw dirt on your name. You know how the Mets operate. It's just what it is. And they're like, some of the fans are mad at him saying, oh my God, he manipulated his time so that he could still become a free agent. Hello? All the teams they're trying to do that all the time.
That's how the game is played.
Yeah, unfortunately. So when the team does it, it's not a problem. And they get a whole extra year service time. But when a player does it on their side, it's a problem. Oh, he doesn't want to play. He's just a joke. But if you look, I mean, even cross town from the Mets, guys, the New York Yankees are doing that right now.
Yeah.
Andujar has 12 days. They're going to keep him in the minor league for about 12 days or something like that. And they get a whole nother year of control. It's called business, so it is what it is. Probably hates being a Met. I don't blame him. It's probably a freaking joke. That's another franchise. I don't even want to waste the clown music on them. But anyway, we have voicemails.
I just think it's funny, bro. The last thing about Stroman is because he came out on opening day. If you look at the tweets that I put together, I put out the tweet of him opting out. Then I put out the tweet of the as Metsy as it gets, Jomboy media shirt that Mets Twitter made popping. We didn't care about. They made it lit.
Right.
And then I put the tweet from him on July 23rd, opening day. He said, minor setback. I just got to be able to run full speed. I'll be back. I'll see y'all soon.
Mm.
Psych.
Yeah.
JK, 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 JK. As Metsy as it getsy.
It is what it is. Guys, we
So
have
Mets.
voicemails backed up
Go
here.
Mets.
I did not, guys, disclaimer. We did not listen to these ahead of time, so there is no filter or whatever it is. Sometimes I can read the message because it kind of gives me a little transcript or whatever it is. But we got messages here for a little while. We're going to try to play them, as many as possible here. And we're going to see what's up. All right, so you ready, Keith?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see. Where's the first voicemail from?
I'm calling, just to ask, what are you guys' thoughts on, Gary Sanchez? Because honestly, he made some great stops, better than what he did, I guess, the last season. But however, like, these past 3 games, they were not great for him, hitting-wise and also defensive-wise. He's done a lot of errors. And I want you guys to, like, kind of talk about that. What are you guys' thoughts on, his performance for the beginning of the season? Thank you. And go Yankees.
Okay. So he's talking about Gary Sanchez and I guess his defense and all of that stuff and how we feel about that. So Keith.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've given him a U trash.
He just got one yesterday. Yes.
And I'm pretty sure we've kept it 1,000. And obviously, we are both Gary defenders. De lo mio personal.
Yes.
El Kraken.
I got the
Yo
Brugal
soy
out
El
here.
Gary.
Brugal
I
on
love Gary Sanchez. Like I it's hard for me to really shit on him. But to answer the question, Gary has been playing trash. Like he's batting under 100.
Yeah.
He's had some pass balls. He's had some at bats where he just looks lost up there. He doesn't look like the Gary that we've known. Now it is August. Hopefully he can turn it on.
Normally you say it is August and you're like, okay, we've already been through the entire season. What the hell's going on? But we're like 2 weeks in. Sweeney Murdy said something yesterday where he was like, yeah, I get it. It's a pass, or 2 days ago. He's like, I get it. It's a pass ball or whatever it is. Yankees are 10-6 now. What do you want them to be? 13-3. How much of a difference?
Yes.
I get it, but 10-6, 13-3. I mean, the Yankees, the top 2 teams make the playoffs. Gives you some wiggle room and all of that stuff. So I get it. You don't want to aim for that second spot, but the Yankees are pretty good.
Everybody's
really
saying
good team,
that
so.
now. Fast forward in a month from now,
I get
every
it.
game really is going to count. But
Yeah, of course. So
not tripping off our record, but
Not
I am
tripping
a
yet.
little worried about Gary. Like I said in the last episode, Higashioka is on the IL. I don't plan on seeing Eric Kratz. I can never say Eric Kratz. I always say Eric Crouch. I used to be a big Eric Crouch fan in like the late 90s, early 2000s when he played quarterback, won the Heisman in Nebraska.
yeah,
I don't want to see Eric Kratz. Eric Kratz is not supposed to be the guy or the answer. I saw some people talking about Austin Romine again. Like, just stop.
just let
Gary's
it
got to
go.
get right, and he's got to figure it out at the plate more so than behind the plate. Garrett Cole has complimented him on what he's done behind the plate. He has done some good things, but at the behind the plate, at the plate, 2 different things. We need to see El Kraken release. He needs to be hitting home runs, and if he's not hitting home runs, at least just get some knocks and don't be striking out, like looking lost.
it's all right. I think the at-bats have been getting better in this last series. And the defense thing, I just think it's been a couple of little whiffs and some wild pitches that unfairly were getting blamed on him. But you know what? It is time.
Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken. All right, next voicemail.
What's up? It's Aramis from the Bronx, and I'm calling just to ask you guys to react to the tweet that Gleyber Torres tweeted, talking about how being part of the Yankees is probably the best thing that's ever happened in his life. Do you think that means he's gonna stay for the long haul, or is he gonna maybe leave after 6 years? Because it seems like he's loving it here in the Bronx. I want you guys some of your thoughts and go Yankees.
All right. You go first.
Long term, I mean, it's kind of I don't want to say it's early because I'm sure that Gleyber wants to be here for a long time. I'm sure the Yankees want him to be here for a long time. But it's a business, and we don't know where things will go. I mean, hopefully, if he stays on this trajectory that he's on, and I get it, he started a little slow or whatever it is, but we know Gleyber's talent. If he stays on this trajectory, there's no reason why. Like, I talked to his pops the other day, and I was like, who was it? I said something along the lines of like, yo, you see that? What the hell? Who was it that got the huge extension this year? Fuck. Mookie Betts. You see Mookie Betts' money, blah, blah, blah. You know, and I was like, yo, imagine your son if he keeps on going in this trajectory, whatever. He's like, yeah, like, I mean, everything with
yeah,
God.
We're gonna be rich.
You know, let's go. With God willing. And I, hope that for my son, and all of that stuff. And, he loves his son and all that, of course. But he's like, yo, baseball's behind, man. Do you see Patrick Mahomes? That's what he was telling me. He's like, no, we got to catch up here. I'm like, yo, let's go, bro. Like, that's just what it is. Patrick Mahomes' contract, though, it's freaking beast. But
yeah, he's the franchise. They gave him the next decade of the franchise. He's going to be worth every penny of that. He's going to be the new face of the NFL.
But
this is becoming a cross sports pod.
Isn't it interesting? And that's fine. It's voicemail day. Isn't it interesting how Gleyber kind of considers that like a birthday? Like he just like tweets it like, oh man, 4 years.
Yeah, in his young life. In his young life, he remembers like 4 years ago when he was 19. He got traded to the Yankees. Coming from the Cubs.
And he's been in the playoffs all the time, playing.
I know I'm happy. I know 4 years ago when we got Gleyber Torres, all I had heard about him was like rumblings of like he's a stud prospect and he's like legit. There's no question of whether he's going to be good or not. Fast forward, now he's rewritten some of the early books of Yankee history. He's already in the conversation with some of the GOATs of Yankee lore. And I think the plan is to have Gleyber in pinstripes for his whole career if he performs the way that he's shown us that he could perform. 38 bombs, his second year on the scene at 22 years old. He's come back, obviously, a little bit from a slump this year. We know who he is and what he is, and I expect to see Gleyber Torres with us for the long haul. We're going to pay him, and we already moved him into the shortstop position. Yeah, and he's transitioning just fine over there. I expect to see Gleyber on the Yankees for his whole career.
Gleyber, you want to stay here?
I think we need to move Lonzo.
That ain't no problem.
Huh?
That ain't no problem.
You want to keep Gleyber here, right?
I hope so.
Okay. That soundbite will never not make me laugh, if that makes any sense. All right, next one here. Let's see what this one is about. Some of them, I don't know because they're from a little while ago, so I don't know. Well, we'll see. Let's see what this one says.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Jack from DC. The Yankees-Phillies game just got canceled a couple minutes ago. It sucks, but I think it was definitely the right move. I think now is crunch time because if the MLB steps in and has a plan and gets through this, I definitely feel a lot more confident in baseball's ability to handle COVID. But if they don't have a plan, I think the season gets canceled real quick. However, I'm trying to stay optimistic. Keith, I love the Twitter, what's it called? The G3 hashtags. He's a beast. If the season does get canceled, it's going to be the biggest tease ever. But I'm trying to stay optimistic. Listening to you guys definitely helps. Go Yankees.
Yeah, Jack.
Yeah,
Jack.
Let's go.
Glass half full. Yeah, Jack. Optimism.
You know what? It's still relevant, though. It's still relevant
fast forward.
Because of what happened with these guys are like the irresponsible players that go out and they break the violation. If the season gets canceled, it's because of them. I'm gonna be very honest with you. And that shit will be the biggest tease. Imagine we get midway, halfway, and you know that the Yankees are gonna make it, and they looking fucking hot, and like two teams end up going down COVID again, and then it's like, yo, and then they're like, yo, commissioner's like, you know what? Shut it down, and we have no baseball. I would fucking riot.
I already thought about that. Teams like us, the Dodgers, the A's, even looking at the Rockies are playing well. Like, we stand to lose the most if they cancel this season. Right now, the Cardinals haven't played since the 29th of July. You got guys like Plesac and Clevenger going out at night on a Saturday road trip. I just text my man, or I tweeted him, my dude from the fan cave, that's the Cubs guy. He works on the Cubs social media. He's like a host of one of their shows. Mm-hmm. I asked him, I said, yo, what club do the Indians hit on the late night? He said, I was out Saturday. It was not lit. They may have slid to a gentleman's club, which are all pretty terrible out there in Chicago. I never go to the strip club in Chicago, never been. or slid to a house party. Plesac's a local cat, so clearly he's not smart. So Plesac probably knew somebody in the area that was throwing a house party or something, slid through. They had some girls, had some drinks, but somebody was there to snitch. But yeah, going back to what Jack was saying, man, we thought when they canceled that Phillies game and immediately when we hear about the Phillies, it was 2 Mondays ago, we hear about the Phillies and the Marlins, and we're like, damn, we're about to play the Phillies next. What's going to happen? Fast forward, they didn't cancel the season. We're still playing. Hopefully the Cardinals
get their shit together.
Yeah, hopefully they don't get it canceled. I think they will remove the Cardinals before they mess anything up, because everything's
going great with baseball though. Everything's like the vibe's good with baseball. It's just
everybody else seems to be playing just fine and getting over it, whatever. The Cardinals have more positive tests, and what I was saying is every week that the Cardinals miss, that is 2 more teams that are implicated that week, but there's a ripple effect that every other team gets affected on those schedules too.
Facts. So. And it's more games to make up. And you already seen what the Yankees had to go through for something that wasn't even kind of like their fault, right? Where they had to play 7 games in 5 days. Like, that's fucking hell. You know?
7-inning doubleheaders.
That shit sucks.
For the first time. I don't even want to go backwards and talk about it.
Let's see what's next.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's Leanie Ollie on Twitter. Just calling to say what's up and go Yankees. And it totally sucks that we're not playing tonight. And I think the Marlins should be, I don't know, they should be exiled. Anyways, go Yankees. I'm bummed our boys aren't playing tonight, but it's good to have you guys back doing the show. And I look forward to seeing more content and watching your videos. Go Yanks. All right, Pinstripe Pride. Bye.
Thank you. Appreciate that call.
Appreciate you. And the Yankees aren't playing tonight, so that's still relevant. But yeah, so it does suck. And yes, maybe the Marlins should be exiled, but the Marlins actually are leading their division now because of this fortunate
they got
set of circumstances. They're doing all right. The Cardinals are the ones that we need to freaking exile, as Keith said, and possibly, I mean, God knows, because these guys got on the team playing after. Hopefully they weren't infected or, yo, I don't know, man. That shit.
When we first heard about the Marlins and we heard about them voting to play, everybody was like, yo, we should vote the Marlins out. So it's funny she said that was the first thought. Get them out. Now look how the tables have turned.
And then Derek Jeter brings out the receipts and he's like, excuse me. All right. And he's like, yeah. What did he just say?
Tell me you did not just say that.
And then he just said, Manfred,
get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not doing it, bro. What the fuck? I'm not taking this L. Chill. Hell no. I've been taking L since I bought this team. Fuck out of here, yo. So that's what happened there. But thank you so much. What's her name? Layla Ali?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Layla Ali.
Thank you so much for listening to the pod and supporting Pinstripestrong Army, baby. Salute to you. Next voicemail.
Yeah, Joe, what's going on, man? It's Michael from Long Island, New York.
Michael!
Give you my thoughts on this whole thing now with this cancellation with these 2 Philly games. I think, it was the right move, but at the same time now, we got to make these games up. And in a shortened season, this is a pain now because now we got to, the schedule's going to be, discombobulated now. Now we got to make those games up. Now we're going to play the Orioles because it was supposed to be 2 in Philly and 2 in Yankees and the Red Sox. Now instead of that, we got to play the Orioles. So now everything is all screwed up. I just hope that we can make these games up and get back on track because now we could lose ground. I mean, with 2-1, I believe Tampa's is going to be 4-1 tonight when they play the Braves. Hopefully not they lose, but I'm getting worried now. And yeah, safety is first. We want everybody to be safe, and rightfully so. But at the same time, we can't afford to lose any more, games like this and lose ground and cancel all these games out. The Marlins really should, I think, just be removed for the whole entire equation. I think they should because they have the most cases. I know it's not right to do that because they're part of this whole thing too, but they have the most cases, and I think they should just cut the Marlins off altogether. Thanks for the call, though.
Yo, people want to get rid of these guys, bro. People dying to get rid of. People are dying to get rid of the freaking Marlins. They want to get rid of the Marlins so damn bad. It's not even funny. But this is funny. And shout out to Michael. He's always in the chats, both chats all the time. Freaking talking on my Discord as well. So shout out to you, Mike. Yo, you know what? The one thing that he said kind of came true, Keith. Where he's like, yo, the schedule's all discombobulated, and because of that, we don't know what's going to happen. Now, look, Yankees in that stretch of these made-up games, they didn't do so well, bro.
Yeah.
So
that's the plot twist.
That's the plot
turn
twist.
You weren't expecting. That's them throwing a wrench into shit. So it's like, man, I don't know. It's funny hearing these messages now. Like, you mess with people's baseball, they want you out. We were all trying to get the Marlins out, and now look, the Marlins are playing well. It's on a different team. The Yankees had to, change their schedule a little bit, and we end up taking some L's. Maybe we don't start the season off the same way if we play the season out as it was. Who knows? We'll never know anymore. We'll never know now.
All right, let's see now. Let's see this one here.
Hi, Joey's and Keith. First time listening to the pod. Be excellent if I can get on. Don't know if I can tonight. But just excellent win. Fun hanging out with you guys. One quick question. What do you think would how I messed up. How do you think the Yankees can continue this nice run of streak going? Like, how long do you think it will continue for? Like, winning games. When do you think it will stop?
I think he left us another one too, because he was like,
Hey Joey, it's JJ again. I thought of a better question than my first one. How long do you think? How much patience do you have with Gary Sanchez this year? Are you starting to think just call a piggy, give Piggy a game or two, or are you just instantly going with we have to keep him in there just in case he starts hitting? Like, you never know. Or do you think you want to give Higgy a game or two to see how well he does? Thanks.
well, even when Higgy comes back, and thank you so much for the voicemails and for totally redeeming yourself. But the thing is that there's certain positions where you're just going to let him ride out this year, right? I'll tell you who it is. Judge, DJ LeMahieu, Gleyber Torres,
I'm good with
Gary Sanchez, right?
I'm not good with that one.
No, I'm saying that
I know what you mean, though. Like,
you're
they
gonna
are
let
the
them,
guys.
yeah, you're gonna ride or die with these guys because there is no replacing these guys, right? You're not replacing DJ LeMahieu. Obviously, he's not getting replaced. It's DJ LeMahieu. Judge is not getting replaced. Willing if he's healthy. Everybody else is movable. Gio, if you start struggling for an elongated period of time, it's possible. Gary, they're going to freaking ride or die with that guy. Same thing with Gleyber. They're not benching Gleyber. They're not benching Gary. They're not benching Judge. If he could struggle for the rest of the season, they're not benching Judge. They're not doing that. Everybody else, remember we talked about the competition thing. Everybody else has that competition behind them, right?
Yeah.
Where they have to be like, all right, let's go. Urshela is a guy that you can say you're not going to give him that safe spot. I'm going to be real, because if he goes in a super elongated streak, the Yankees are going to be like, hey, you know what? Let me give somebody else at-bats there. They can do that there. I don't see that with Gio, and his defense saves a lot. But, maybe they'll decide or whatever it is. But Higgy's not going to be the starter over Sanchez. That's not happening. And nor are they trading for a real Muto. So before I even get that question, do not ask me that shit. I'll tell you that right now.
No, Gary's the guy. He's got to figure it out, like you said, ride or die. Higgy is hurt, and even if Higgy wasn't hurt, Higgy's just there to be the backup catcher.
So. Christian just brought up an interesting thing in the chat. He put up a tweet. He said, I sure wonder what Carlos Carrasco, who is a high-risk individual who had been diagnosed with leukemia last year, and it was one part of the rotation.
What's he think of his teammates?
Recording historic numbers this year, to think that two fellow pitchers jeopardizing everything like this. I mean, there's levels. That's why I don't understand, bro. Like, just stay in your lane, bro. Just chill. It's for 60 games, and if you're lucky enough, make the fucking playoffs. chill. And I know you're gonna say, "Oh, it's hard" or whatever. No, fuck that shit, bro.
Chicago is litty. They probably sent.
I guess if you want to get the fuck, if you're getting
texts, they hit him on the FaceTime.
Maybe.
They told Plesac and Clevenger, but we got hella hoes here.
It's not a good look.
You be a fool to stay in Cleveland. The one weekend you get out of Cleveland, you in the shy. Don't be shy. Nobody's gonna find out. Nobody. Yo, leave your room at 11, 12 o'clock and pull up. Nobody's gonna see you.
All right.
You thought.
Okay, so let's see. Next voicemail here.
Hey, Joe. It's Anthony. My name is Anthony. This game one started off good, and Happ, of course, had thrown it. I don't know what's wrong with him. I just hope he figures it out. If he wants to be a big part of the team for this 50 games, and I hope whoever pitches game 2 could hold it down so he could earn a split. See you later, Joe.
It's funny you mentioned Happ because today they actually, announced the rotate. You see, all of this shit is still like,
still relevant.
And thank you so much, Anthony. But yo, listen to this. Today it came out where the Yankees actually said, "All right, this is our new rotation. It's about the subtle things and who you don't name, right?" So, we're gonna be having Montgomery, and we're gonna be having who was it? This said Montgomery and was it Tanaka?
In the next two against the Braves.
Against the Braves. I think they
definitely
said
Monty tomorrow.
I know Christian put it in the chat. But anyway, the funny thing is that they're basically skipping over Happ. Because Happ and his shenanigans and tomfooleries and just being a deadbeat on the mound, you know what I mean? It's basically what happened there. So they decided to just skip Happ. Maybe they're going to say to get them together, but the real reason what I think is we don't want to fuck up our bullpen for another week. Let's maybe pitch Happ sometime during maybe the Red Sox series. They can do that, but maybe. They might skip him for 2 starts for all we know. So we'll see what happens there. Oh yeah, Aroldis Chapman is supposed to be throwing to live hitters as well. So they're bringing him along slowly. So I just seen that. I was looking in the chat here to taking a look at some news as well. So that's interesting.
But so to answer the question, I mean,
yes.
I don't know what happened, but Happ is not happening. We're looking at Cole, Paxton, Monty, Tanaka, and I guess an opener in there, not Michael King.
Yeah. Happ.
Ooh, you suck.
Yeah.
I said put him on a rocket ship. Send him to the moon. Maybe they did. Maybe he's missing.
Yeah.
Maybe he's AWOL. He's about to opt out.
About to get him, opt out for the season. They're going to, it's going to be Cashman. He's going to go up to him and make him an offer he can't refuse and say that it's COVID-related opt-out. That's what they're going to say. That's going to be the reason. But then Happ is going to go missing. We won't see. It's going to be like this for Happ. And nobody's going to know what the hell's going on. He's just going to be gone, and that's going to be interesting. So Happ.
Bro, I just pulled up
figure it out or what?
Pulled up the game to see the, I guess, Monday Night Baseball. Astros, Giants, Astros. Astros up 1. And then I see the score to the Mets game right now. The Nationals are up 16-2 in the 7th inning. So Mets. What is going on the day that they learn Marcus Stroman is opting out?
I don't like to cut too much ass on the Mets because
I don't
really give a shit. But
especially right now, they need
shit. Oh my God. You said Astros.
The Astros was on.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry about that. Okay, next voicemail. Let's see what they say here.
Hey, Joe's. Talk about a frustrating game. Gotta keep our heads up. I mean, lots of things wrong with this game. I mean, terrible from Happ. He just can't do that. I mean, nibble, 3-0, bases low. I mean, it's got to find him and Paxton. I mean, Nelson can't be left in the game that long, Boone. DJ, 3 for 3. What a great guy. I mean, extend him already. Seriously, come on. And, I mean, our best pitcher today was Luis Cessa, who had Corona, you know, so got to keep their heads up. Really frustrating game. About to turn out a game, but keep our heads up, you know. Gleyber's going to find it. MVP, Judge. Go Yankees, baby.
Nice. Thank you so much for that. I'm assuming he's talking about the game that Paxton got smacked, and then they brought in Nick Nelson. Remember that game? And Nick Nelson got freaking shelled.
They sent him away.
Yeah.
He's no longer with the team.
He's probably going to end up coming back, and he'll contribute somehow, some way, because he's nasty. He's got some nasty stuff. He's allowed to struggle.
Very early in his career. It was his second appearance.
Second appearance in his career. He's got nasty stuff, especially with what he did in the first time he came out. So the ability's in there. And then you also have Paxton already figured it out, so that's good. And hopefully he continues that trend going into the next.
Cessa's been fine. Cessa's looked fine.
Oh yeah, Cessa's looked great. He's looked great. Let's see, who is this? Hold on.
Fuck him on for getting suspended. That way we have to deal with bullshit fucking Happ.
Yeah. But fuck him too.
You know what? I feel you, brother. He no name, nothing, straight to the point. Fuck Herman for getting suspended, as he says, and for having to deal with this bullshit. I get that.
Maybe next year.
Let's see what happens there.
Yeah, Joe and Keith, what's up? This is Heraclio Wyatt. I know you see me in the chat all the time.
Bro, hold on a second. My man is always like, yo, this is how you pronounce my name, okay?
Heraclio.
We're going to run that back. Let's run that back.
I've seen it. I've read
and
it.
He's in the chat right now, too. I see him. Hold up.
Yeah, Joe and Keith, what's up? This is Heraclio Wyatt. I know you see me in the chat all the time. That's how you say my name.
Heraclio
Wyatt. I'm Dominican, just like you, bro. My grandfather from San Pedro. But
just lost.
San Pedro, 37-3. Love you guys. Keep doing your thing. Pinstripestrong.
Let's go. Thank you so much for the love, man.
Heraclio Wyatt. My guy. I got it down. I won't mess it up.
Heraclio Wyatt.
Horace.
No. Wait, hold on. Run that back.
Horatio.
Yeah, Joe and Keith, what's up? This is Heraclio Wyatt.
I'm about to put that shit as a soundbite, B.
Heraclio Wyatt.
Yeah, I'm about to put that shit as a soundbite. That ass. I'm about to say that shit.
That's gonna be my alias when I check into the hotel when they let us out of quarantine. I checking in as Heraclio Wyatt.
Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. Got Elizabeth G in the chat. She's trying to put the pronunciation for everybody, and he's like, "Yes, sir. Yes, me." Let's see, man. That's what I got. I always have fun with the chat. Who's next?
Hey, fellas, it's Sarge from Jersey. Reaching out because, Stanton went on the IL. So I want your thoughts on it because I feel like every year he's getting hurt. Every year he's made a class, and, Jeter kind of fucked us with this trade. He thought it was amazing at first, and when he hits a few bombs, it seems great, but then he gets hurt, even DH spot. Appreciate what you guys are doing. Go Yankees.
Sarge, DI, my guy, New York to NY. Well, NJ to NY. He's from New Jersey.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Sarge, man. Seriously, salute to you, right? But, yo, listen, I get it. I get the frustration with Giancarlo, man, but I know that at this point, the dude himself has to be frustrated because I know that he knows that he can perform. Okay, he knows that he can perform at a certain level, and he knows that he is freaking a god amongst boys when he's going and he's healthy. But he must be so frustrated. He must be looking like he's looking for so many ways. I feel like he tried to trim down. He tried to try more flexibility. He tried all of these things, and he still gets hurt.
He must playing DH.
Bro, it's just you gotta feel bad for the dude. Yeah, exclusively DH is just. He's feeling it.
I stopped trashing him, bro. I started building him up. Shout out to Jack. Hashtag year 3G. I can't even say it. Year 3G is on pause right now. And I couldn't even say that. That hurts my feelings. Like I don't really have much to say about it because if he comes back after this 10 days and he's fine, okay. But if this lingers and he doesn't come back, and then we have a situation where we're forcing him in October like we did last year, like year 3G will suck. So I had high hopes for year 3G. I think he still has a chance to come back from this IL stint, rehab, and contribute.
Let's hope it's
but
short.
Like you said, you know he's got to be frustrated. You know he's got to be pissed off. He was tearing it up in the beginning of the season. The first week of the season, he was looking like MVP. So
no way, Lance McCullers just hit somebody. Oh my God! All right. Anyway, so yeah, so I already know once he feels that little twinge in his legs or something like that.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
You know that's the feeling for Giancarlo. Year 3G, year 4G, year 5G. Let's go.
Yo, and that's the other thing about it. We have
year
to keep
7G, year 8G.
That 10-year contract he signed, 10 years, $325 million with the Marlins. We took it on. We pay him like $25 million plus a year. We got to pay him for like 6 more years of that. So buckle up, Yankee fans.
Yeah, he needs one of those. All right, let's see.
Yo, McFly boys. Joe Mack here, repping 201, Monmouth University. And
What
Nike
up?
boys, we don't do 3 stripes. First-time caller, long-time listener. Love the podcast, fellas. Hope y'all doing well during this pandemic. Question for you. With Stanton hitting the IL, the 10-day IL, and the Yankees recalling Estrada, what does that mean for the likes of Clint Frazier and Miggy Andujar? Are they trade bait? We do have that trade deadline coming up, less than 3 weeks away. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you.
Wow. The whole 3 weeks away thing is like, holy shit, bro. Wait a minute.
We'll talk about the trade deadline.
Yo,
but let's answer the question.
Hold on a second. When he said that, I wasn't even thinking about it. But once he said that, I started thinking about it. And I'm like, yo, bro, that shit's right there, man. Like,
it's close. We might need it. We might be able to do some things with it.
this is why, and you know what? You talked about the trade bait. You talked about all of these things. This is why Clint needs to play. He needs to play every day. Put him in the fucking lineup.
Question.
Okay? Every day, let Clint play. Just like that. That's all I have to say. Okay?
Bars off the top.
That's what we doing. That's what we doing. You see that? That's what we do out here. Pinstripestrong podcast. That's what we do right here. You see that? We're dropping bars. I'm learning from Keith, man. My nursery rhymes, my Dr. Seuss.
Shout out to Joe Mack.
Dr.
Joe Mack
Seuss's.
is Monmouth University, WMCX,
Lit.
radio alumni, big Yankee guy. Been
Lit.
supporting me. I graduated 9 years ago, so we've been rocking together since back then. Good to hear him calling on the pod. He's a former radio guy, so you heard he's got the voice and he knows. And to double down on that question, man, with Stanton, we just gotta hope that like his legs aren't as cooked as we think they are, where a hamstring is gonna linger on for 2-3 months and then that's it for him. Yeah. Hopefully this is just a little tweak and it's 2-3 weeks and he can come back DH.
Dropping bars.
This time when he comes back, they tell him easy on the run-in. Like, we don't need you stealing bags. Like, hit the ball. We might start pinch running Tyler Wade for him. Who knows? And then the other part of the question with Clint, now is Clint's time. Clint is going to get this one shining moment, and I hope that he's ready for it, and I think he will. I think he will be. He's shown us that he's mature. He's going to wear the mask. We know that. So we're about to get Sevens, the swag champ, masked man, Red Thunder, bat speed, Clint. Don't forget the I-N in Clint. Clint is in. Let's see it.
Yeah, put him in. Put Clint in the game. But shout out to you. Thank you so much. Trade deadline. So the Estrada thing, by the way, they only brought him up. It was all logistical because he was already in Tampa. We talked about it in the last podcast, but he was just there already, so no travel. So Clint's the guy. Clint's the fucking guy. So let's see what happens. I'm interested in seeing what the move is going to be when Chapman comes back, too. So let's see what happens there. But thank you so much for the voicemail. Let's see. Next person. I got a whole bunch of voicemails.
What's going on, y'all? This is G from Jersey. Man, I feel like we calling up all the wrong dudes. You know, like I see Andujar, and I love the dude. He's Dominican. Got mad love for him. He was a good ball player a couple of years ago, but
since he's been injury ridden, he hasn't done, I think, anything right. And I'm just looking, I'm like, why isn't Clint Frazier getting called up? I mean, yeah, he might be a little messy in the outfield, but he's definitely better than Andujar, especially with Giancarlo out and us having to play these NLT. Oh, never mind. Scratch that.
Oh, shit.
Nah, you good.
Yeah, what? You good? My man said, yo, fuck this shit. All right. Thank you so
Another
much.
Clint shout out.
Yeah, shout out to you, man. G. So, yo.
Andujar is sent down, so you won't
Yes.
be seeing him until that
So I'm sure you
10
happy.
days passes.
Yes, I'm sure you happy. What I will say is that the whole Andujar side of it, you said he was good until he's injury ridden. Last year, you got to give him a pass. That injury that he had, nobody could have been able to play with. He had to get surgery for it. And I don't think Andrew. What the fuck am I saying? And I try to freaking combine injury and Andujar. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. So Andujar did not get consistent at bats up here. When he gets consistent at bats, we see what he can do. We seen him in the preseason with consistent at bats. We seen what he can do. The guy hits the shit out of the ball. We were seeing him take the ball the opposite field with authority, if you remember, in some of these preseason exhibition games and things like that. So I think if Andujar gets the consistent at-bats, we may see him after these 12 days. God knows what's going to happen with the lineup. Well, this is an ever-changing lineup. We know that. So we'll see what happens with Andujar. This won't be the last that we see on the Andujar. So do not sleep on my guy. De lo mío personal. Let's go. But thank you so much for that. Clint's your guy. Clint's coming up. Who is next here? Let me see.
All right, let's try this again. What's going on, y'all?
Oh, this is G.
G from Jersey. My main problem right now is I feel like we calling up the wrong dudes. Andujar, got mad love for him. He's a good ball player, good dude, but it's time to. I don't think it's time to move on. Give him a minute. Let him go to the alternate site. Do what he has to do.
This is the same guy.
But my real question is, why aren't we bringing Clint Frazier? I mean, the dude can ball.
He has a second part of it.
Team. He's a middle of the order hitter. He's a great player, great ball player. I don't know why we're not picking him up. Even if it's just to ride the bench or coming late in the game, I feel like he's a good addition. He's better than Andujar and left.
Well, we answered your question already. Really. The whole thing. I thought I was seeing something different here, but the translation was different. So, but thank you so much for leaving that. Appreciate you. Who's this?
Hey, papi, papito de los Queen, una observación mía que tuve de el dirigente de los Yankees en Boone. ¿Cómo
yo no sé.
está haciendo este año manejando este equipo? Porque yo creo que lo que él está haciendo es bien caca con el pitcher y diferentes lineups que él tiene, y también con usted jugándolo mucho ahí en DH. Por eso yo creo que él se jodió la rodilla. Jugando muchas veces se jodió la rodilla. Pues esa es la cuestión mía. Era un como dirigente este año. Ok, papi, bye.
All right.
He sounded like he was under the kitchen table calling us.
So let me go ahead and translate for you. So he's basically not happy with Aaron Boone. He says he's not happy with the way he's managing the team. Does not like the lineups that he's putting out there. Is kind of upset with his in-game decisions as well, and is not happy that he played Stanton on the back-to-back. Remember we talked about on the D8, the doubleheader.
Yeah.
Was not happy about that, and now look at his knee now, and that shit sucks, and all of that stuff. So I get where he's coming from, because a lot of this stuff we talked about. I think Aaron Boone is doing what he can with the lineup. You feel me? Like when it comes to the he's doing what he can with the lineup, because I feel like they're giving him the lineups every day, bro. That's just what I feel. I feel like some nerd is generating the lineup. This is what we're giving you. You figure it out with this, and that's just what it is. Yeah. I don't agree with that Giancarlo going out there again the second day. I still don't. I don't give a shit. That's a guy that on freaking turf, you don't do that. A lot of the other decisions, some of them. I mean, what other decision would you have
pitching
made?
Decisions, when to let guys go, when to pull guys, when to go to the bullpen, who to go into the bullpen and get, and then even. Man, like I really do feel like the analytic nerds, the Yankees nerd research and data stats team
might get in the way.
Sending him the lineups, because that lineup that we rolled out there to take the series from the Phillies, that wasn't it. And then some of the other choices that we make in situations where it's literally like do or die, you got to win this game. I'm like, I don't know if Boone is making that off instinct, or if he's thinking too much, or if somebody else is telling him what to
remember,
do.
we talked about this, Keith, before. Remember, I was getting mad about the whole thing, and then the Kingsley news came out. I said, you know what? I'm not doing it no more.
Right,
nobody knows who's available. Only the manager, his pitching coach, and his bench coach, and probably the people upstairs and things like that. Only they know who is available for that particular game. Because people might be hurt, people might be feeling certain things, they're not available. They played they just pitched from back-to-back days, and the Yankees do not like pitching their pitchers on 3 days. I'll tell you right now, the Yankee pitchers do not, will not, shall not, have not, okay, pitched on 3 days straight, okay? The reason why they do that, they don't do that in the regular season, and when it comes to the postseason, they'll go ahead and they'll go ahead and do it. But they do not pitch on 3 days straight. They do not care. They stand by that. They feel like that's what will keep their pitchers good and straight and healthy. So hopefully, so just the rule of thumb there. So and plus it's 5 games. We had 5 days, 7 games in 5 days. So there's going to be people that are not available. It's just what it is. But thank you for that, for the voicemail in Spanish. De lo mine, thank you. Who's this?
Yo, what's poppin'? I'm watching y'all right now.
I know who
just
that
have
is.
a quick question. What are you guys through?
Hello?
What are we, what?
What?
He said, what are you guys through?
Hello?
Running back?
Hello?
What?
Hello? Okay, I don't know what the hell's going on with you, Chris. That was crazy. I don't know what the hell happened there.
He got us all hyped for nothing. He got
what the fuck is that,
crowd,
Chris? Come on,
the
man.
crowd heard him come in. He
Bro,
said,
Chris, you gonna come in like that, bro?
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Get
Chris,
the
come
fuck
on, man.
out of here.
Come on, man. Chill with that shit, man. Come on, get that. Oh, hold on. Christian just sent me a message.
What's poppin', guys? Love the stream right now, watching it. Quick question. Do you guys really like the opener, or do you want that shit to continue, man? I don't know.
No, that's another analytic nerd shit. Like,
Let's
that's
do it.
Hey, take it back now.
He said, let's do it. All right. All right. Yo, Chris, I'm done with that shit, bro. I get it that the openers are second best starter, all that shit, whatever, this, that, and the third. I'm not with it because I feel like every time we use the opener, the bullpen feels like it's fucked for a whole week. Am I the only one that feels that way?
No. Let me follow you up.
Go ahead. I'll tag you in.
The opener is a weakness, not a strength. We're not going to the opener as a strength.
Bro, you do that shit because you ain't got enough starters, baby.
Exactly. You're doing that because you don't have the strength that you want. And then you roll the dice with a Loizica, with a Michael King. I liked it when it was Chad Nestor. Chad doesn't want to do that anymore. But Nestor is not on this team.
Listen, that magic egg that Nestor was rubbing, that shit turned from gold to gray.
He had something.
That shit's done.
Power and pinstripes, hit his stride with that pinstripe pride. But either way,
yeah, he did.
Nah, we don't want to keep seeing that because that's weak. That's just weak as fuck. We want to have a bunch of starters that are aces. We want to have a rotation full of top guns. I am dreaming of a world with Garrett Cole, James Paxton throwing the way that he's supposed to throw, Masahiro Tanaka, Jordan Montgomery, dare I say Luis Severino, dare I say Herman. Like, come on. Those guys are all Yankee starters. Give it a year or two. Clark Schmidt, Devi Garcia. Like, we have the potential to have
I get it. Sometimes maybe they feel like we can use, if you're using it every now and then, and about whatever to skip
against the Orioles,
like to skip the starter or something like that, to be able to do that, fine. But hey, Keith, don't talk about the second place Orioles like that. Come on now. Let's not disrespect them like they're the fucking Red Sox. So let's not talk about that.
The fucking Astros. No, but I'm saying, do you want to run a opener out there against Aaron Nola? No, the Phillies are throwing their best pitcher, and we're throwing an opener. That's a weakness.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, we got 2 more voicemails here. Let's see.
What's Gucci, Joe and Keith? It's a Shaq again, and I actually have a little question with regards to a little bit of the scheduling, where, like, at first heading into the weekend, I was wondering when they were going to make up the Baltimore game they lost, and now it's some Labor Day weekend, and it kind of makes sense. But my question is, how do you think all of these schedulings and postponements because of positive cases, how do you think it's going to affect the pennant chase this whole season? And which team do you think is going to lose the most out of this?
The Cardinals, right?
I'm hoping it's not us that lose the most, because we've actually been playing so well even after that week where we were supposed to play Philly. But let's hope we can just get it together. We back home, and at least we're out of Florida. Let's go. Let's get on a hot streak. Let's go Yankees.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right. I mean, with the whole schedule stuff, and thank you so much, Shaq. Appreciate you, brother. With the whole schedule thing, the only thing that I can say about that is, you can just play the schedule you have, man. To be honest, with the year that this is, there might be teams that will never have to play a doubleheader. There might be teams that won't have to do that. There might be teams that you just think about it and you're just like, yo, that's not fair, bro. Like, we had to play a whole bunch of stuff. It is what it is. You know what? It's
when and where. The player said when and where. If they tell you got a doubleheader today and it's 7 innings and it's going to start at 1 o'clock and be done by 8, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, but the only thing I say is,
it's what it is.
It's what it is. So nobody's going to.
But I do want everybody to play in these 7-inning doubleheaders. We've already played 4 of them. Like, I want the whole league to.
Facts. I want everybody to do it, but nobody's going to take out the small violin for you to feel bad and fucking sing you a soliloquy feeling bad for. Nobody's feeling bad for you, bro. Nobody felt bad for the Yankees last year having the freaking most injuries ever, so nobody's going to feel bad for you for playing a couple of doubleheaders. It is what it is. Let's see here. Who is this?
Yeah, this is J Rod, numero uno, and Jesse Rodriguez. I'm calling in. The Mets should just cancel the damn season. I'm tired of seeing the Mets right now. As a Mets fan, I don't know. I can't really right now. But for the Yankees, y'all Yankees fans shouldn't worry about it. Sanchez is coming to get out of this slump. The season just started. Come on, we on 15 games of the season already?
What?
Yankees are going to get out of the slump. They're going to start winning the game. We already know this. They play better in September, and they got an easy schedule ahead of them. They don't have to play in Tampa Bay no more. That's a good thing. It would be nice if they play Baltimore more often, hit some more home runs. See Chris Davis bat 050 right now. So, frankly, let's just enjoy the baseball season. Have a good night, folks.
J-Rod, hopefully your Mets turn it around. But Mets are a joke. But thank you so much, J-Rod, man. I know I see you, brother. You always follow in the chats, bro. I see you all the time in all the streams, so I appreciate you.
I talk to him, too, and he be on Twitch. Y'all should check him out.
Yeah, he be on Twitch.
I think he's got the NWO on his Twitter avatar. He's solid. He hit us up a few times. He messaged me and said, like, he's a Mets fan, but he's got nothing against the Yankees, so I'm not going to go hard on him with the Mets.
Yeah.
Metsy as it gets, but what he was saying is 100% correct. Like, the Yankees do have a lot of home games coming up. We have 9 games.
We only played 4 home games, Keith. Like this season, we've only played 4 games at home.
I mean, I'm not.
And one of our home games were in Philly.
Yeah,
What
that's
the fuck,
another.
bro? Like,
I want
think
that
about
to happen
that.
to some other teams
That's
too.
fucking
You
trash.
go be the home team on the road.
That's trash.
Get your last licks on the road in somebody else's park. But
Yeah.
J-Rod,
We lost that game, by the way.
of course. J-Rod, rock with us, bro. I mean, the Mets. What can you say about them this year? The Cespedes stuff.
The thing with Cespedes, then you have a Cespedes, Marcus Stroman.
Cano was trending today. Is he hurt or is he? I don't know. People are probably just hating on how he's playing. I haven't seen what his line's been looking like or his average or how many hits, RBIs he's got. But don't worry too much about the Mets. I wouldn't. This is not the year. Syndergaard got shut down. Like DeGrom can't do it on his own. Stroman just opted out. You guys don't have the pitching to do it.
I had high hopes for the Mets this year. I'm gonna be honest, but
I don't think I ever had high hopes for the Mets any single year.
That's crazy.
I just like if they're good, cool. But like I'm not rooting for them because their fans do the most. Their fans they don't deserve nice things. Their fans do too much. But yeah, thanks for the vote of confidence in the Yankees. The Yankees are who you thought they were. Yeah, we stumbled a little bit in these wonky ass doubleheader road game series, like where Joe said we're the home team in Citizens Bank Park, and then we're playing these 7-inning games where we're giving it up late with James Paxton, or we can't get guys to hit with Tanaka pitching the gem. That's all in the past. I think our rotation has finally gotten right. Like, these guys have had enough starts now. Even Garrett Cole, we might get the best out of Garrett Cole in his next one because I thought his start that he just had was going to be his best start, and then it got spoiled. So, yeah, the Yankees are going to be rolling right along. I can't wait. I'll be here for all of it.
Listen, guys.
Lord willing.
Yankees lost 5 of 7, okay?
Ew.
And are still the best in the division. They're still number 1 and are still the only team that's over 500 in the division. So if the Yankees are the best, give me a hell yeah.
Give me a hell yeah.
61 game seasons. Before the 61 game season started, all you heard was better get out to a hot start. These teams better get out to a hot start. The Yankees did that, so that's why we're not really bugging. Like we're cool. We start off 8-1.
Facts.
Like, we got off to a hot start.
Wiggle room.
We're all right.
That's wiggle room. It's all good. Wiggle room. Like the Yankees. Like I think Aaron Boone said, the Yankees. We're built for this kind of season. Like, we more than other teams can be able to sustain whatever the season can throw at us. So we ready. All right. And by the way, thank you so much for the sub, Gordon G. Appreciate you.
Tell me.
Yeah. So it's good stuff right there. Thank you so much for that. That's all for the voicemail. Yo, some fucking great voicemails today, man.
Yeah.
So
shut it up for the voice. And you know what? If I'm a listener, if I'm in the Pinstripestrong army and I'm hearing everybody call and get their voicemail on the pod, and then we get to respond and kick that answer to, I'm calling up. I'm calling up because I'm like, man, I missed my opportunity. I bet I'd be on the next one. And depending on how the schedule goes, it worked out this week. We got this off day today. Usually we'd be watching the Yankees right now. We were able to fit the voicemail episode in.
That's good. If you guys have, if you guys do have anything like that, whether it's in the chat, make sure you guys ask right now and make sure you at me so I can be able to look at it. The only thing that I would say is that in the future, for future podcasts, sorry, what the hell's wrong with me? Feel free to leave us a voicemail, 347-389-4898. It's all a vibe with you guys. I had so much fun doing this podcast because you guys being a part of it, you guys are the podcast, bro. Like, we're just here talking, but you guys are the podcast. You guys are a part of it. And yeah, we want to make sure that we eventually get guests on the podcast, and we are, but you guys are our first guests. So if we want to make sure you have, make you be a part of this, then I'm happy about that. And just hearing your voices and then starting to get to know you. We already know some of the people that call in, and little by little. And so it's good. It's just how we create that, Pinstripestrong army, man. That's what we're trying to do, man. It's the brand is strong. Stay Pinstripestrong, right? But Marcus in the chat as 99 Marcus 25, my boy from Cali says, what do you guys think we all do with Happ for the remainder of the season? Other than put him on a rocket ship? I don't know. I mean, we got to see what's going to happen here. I think you give him one more start after this little hiatus that they're giving him. If he bombs again, then fuck out of here, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here. And then
the
bring
way
up
I
Clark
look at Happ,
Schmidt.
I'm like, why even run him out there? We've seen enough.
Yeah, we
fool me once, shame on me. Can't fool me twice. Can't get fooled again.
Yeah. That sounds like that George Bush line.
That's exactly what it is. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, can't fool me twice. There's no shame on you.
You fool me once, you
can't get fooled again.
Can't get fooled again.
I've been fooled by Jay Happ at least 15 times.
Andy Nunez says, what other pitchers would you guys like?
Clark Schmidt.
If you're talking in-house, yeah, definitely Clark Schmidt. And Eric Kratz says, yo, like, this kid's ready. He's saying Davey Garcia is ready too. So, but I kind of want to see Clark Schmidt a little bit more. And so I'm hyped with that. And if you're talking about outside of the organization, who do I want to see? I haven't really ventured out of the organization because I feel like everybody that I would like is probably not attainable in this season. Their price tag is going to be insane. And some of the teams are still in it.
Deadline being a couple weeks away in this short season, people are going to try and finesse and shit. Yeah. And Cashman, we trust, but Cashman's not playing with some of these rookie ball GMs that are they're picking up the phone trying to get Gleyber still. Like, no, shut up.
That's you got Cashman has to answer the phone. New York Yankees, Brian Cashman, no Gleyber Torres available. How could I help you? That's exactly how it has to be, just like that. Okay,
Brian
so
Cashman speaking. Do not say the name Gleyber Torres.
Yeah, or I will hang up the phone. Thank you so much. So I don't know who the Yankees will trade for. They'll definitely. I think that they do need to trade for pitching. See who's out there. Come on, we'll see. In the next upcoming podcast, things will start to weed out because I still don't even know who the real sellers are. We'll see with that. Maybe by next voicemail pod we'll probably have something because then we'll be 2 weeks away.
This is episode 97.
97. We got 3 more away from 100. So
we about to get it to 100.
All right, let me see here.
8 more than 92, 100.
100. I'm gonna see if I can do some t-shirt giveaways and stuff like that.
Yeah, we should do something cool. Like, I don't even know. I was gonna say maybe bring on some guests, bring back some guests that have been on, but I think around episode like 60 or 70, I was one of the first guests. And then I ended up becoming a co-host. But you could bring Jerry Harrison Jr. back on.
Bring him back. I don't know. We'll see.
He was really only on for the Judge injury, right?
Yeah.
He talked about that.
Because he talked about that.
We just got to get Chris back, man. We get Chris back, even if he
just getting him back, I'll be happy with that.
We'll get some audio, either whether he calls in.
I know a picture I want. I want Sonny Gray. Give me Sonny Gray. All right.
I would like Sonny Gray to come on the pod because I got some questions for him for real.
I want the Yankees to trade for him. Right?
Nah, fucking Sonny Gray pisses me off. Did you see Justice Sheffield was shoving the other night?
He was. I believe it too, Justice man. Sheffield I like that kid. I like that kid. 6 innings pitched, 7 Ks. I saw it on Twitter and I scroll right past it. I'm like, I can't care about him. He was in the Paxton trade, and yeah,
I still do feel like we won the trade. But fast forward a couple years, if he's a stud for the Mariners in their rotation, he was supposed to come up and do something for us back when they were talking about him, Chance Adams. Remember that?
Couple of, now that we're here toward the end of our podcast, and thank you so much for coming in here for the mailbag and all that stuff. Everyone will get better as long as you guys participate. So thank you guys so much. Shout a couple of New York things. Shout to you guys. Rangers, let's go Rangers. You guys actually got the #1 overall pick, so shout to y'all. And Brooklyn Nets qualify for as one of the bubble teams making the playoffs. Keith knows.
Say that. We go hard.
Shout to the Brooklyn Nets.
The Brooklyn Bubble Boys. The Bubble Nets.
Hopefully the Knicks can get as lucky as the Rangers and get the pick, #1 overall pick. We'll see.
James Dolan got no good luck coming to him, bro. I'm sorry.
I mean, but James Dolan owns the Rangers, so I don't know what the hell's going on over there.
I still don't know how the Rangers ended up with the number 1 pick. I don't follow hockey too much, but they're in the playoffs and they got the number 1 pick.
Maybe they traded for. I don't know what the hell happened. So that's interesting. Let me see if there's any other for the Giants. Make sure you guys check out Talking Giants. They're doing some player apps where they're talking about individual players all the time. So hop on there. Definitely hop with Keith for some Brooklyn Nets news. He has Talking Nets.
Talking Nets.
Talking sports.
We just put a new episode out today. We've been doing an episode after every 2 games in the bubble.
Nice.
We'll probably keep that going for playoffs. Follow Talking Nets on Twitter if you're into the NBA, you're into the Nets. And even if you're a Knicks fan and you're thinking about switching sides, it's cool. 2020 gave you that pass, so come on.
No problem. Don't switch sides. Don't switch sides. Don't do no switching sides shit. That shit is crazy. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for stopping by, man. Without you, there is no podcast. Just remember that. Okay? Like I always say, guys, make sure you do keep your pinstripes on. Stay pinstripe strong. Let's go Yankees. 27 outs. Tell them, Noah. Voicemail app, voicemail app, voicemail app, voicemail app, voicemail app, voicemail app, 347-389-4898, 347-389-4898, 347-389-4898, 4898. See ya. Ended that shit. That shit was fire. Eddie Soto with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for that, Eddie, for supporting. Appreciate you. Love the chat. What do you guys think about Stroman and the Yankees next season?
He said too much, bro. Somebody asked me about that on Twitter today. I'm like, no, he talked too much. If he would have just shut his ass up,
yeah, he should have.
He might have had a chance, but he started talking down on the Yankees.
What was he saying?
Last year, remember he put his splits out with the Yankees pitching. And then, like, he started going back and forth with some fans on Twitter. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, you done fucked it up for yourself. I like Stroh. He wears the do-rag. I'm like, yo, we need a Yankees pitcher with a do-rag. Like, we need somebody on the mound towing the slab in the boogie down Bronx with the do-rag with
the silky, all right?
Now he's got the blonde dreads like Tatis Jr.
Yeah, I mean, who would I think? Maybe CeCe would have worn. I don't know. I don't know if the Yankees allow that shit. I don't know how they work with that. But thank you guys so much, yo. That shit was fun, man. I hope we have more voicemail apps in the future, and then everybody just kind of chiming in.
I was trying to encourage it on the pod, like, yo, you just heard like 10 different voicemails. You could hear your voice on the pod. It's tough, man. Even with Talking Nets, like the Nets shocked the world, and I'm out there on the pod, like, yo, call in. The Nets shocked the world. Share, like, tell us what you feel. We get one voicemail. They won't leave their name. It's hard. People, we don't think about it like that because we're on camera and we're on the mic every day and we've been doing this for years or whatever. But like, just calling a voicemail, that shit is nerve wracking.
Yo, we had 21 voicemails today. Fucking insane. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. That means the Pinstripe Army is out there. That means the brand is strong. That means people are checking in. And that means the work that we're putting in, the work that we're doing is not going, unnoticed. People there's people out there making Yankee podcasts. And I'm not taking any shots at anybody. I do want to take some shots at some of these people though. There's hella people out here making Yankees podcasts, and I'm like, there ain't nobody listening to that. There ain't nobody downloading that. Like, you're not building anything. Like, but you gotta get another hustle, get another hobby. Like, this ain't for you.
You know what? The way I look at it is, everybody starts somewhere, and even if you got 10 people listening to you, man, yo, keep on going, bro. Like, I'll encourage people to keep going,
I ain't
bro.
gonna hold you. If you got 10 people listening to your podcast for 10 weeks, quit.
Nah, I ain't saying that, bro. Go ahead, because those 10 people, those people rely on you, bro. And you know what? If you're doing it, sometimes you're not doing it for the whole for the whole growth, for the whole pain, you know, for everything like that. You're doing it
might
because
sound like I'm being negative. I'm coming to you from someone who studied radio in school, someone who's been on multiple podcasts now, learned the game, the social media aspect that goes into it, the promotion of it, the grind of scheduling the pod, recording the pod, editing the pod, getting it out on time. If your heart ain't in it and you're only getting 10 listeners and you do it for 10 weeks, do something else. The podcast window is closing. Like I told people 2 years ago, if you didn't start a pod in like 2018, 2019, it's going to be hella tough to start it in 2020 if you're not already famous and blow up. Like there is a group of people like that got big off a podcast, but like it's an uphill grind now and the odds are not ever in your favor. But I'm not being a hater. Don't get me wrong. I get messages from people all the time like, yo, I want to start a podcast. I'm like, start a podcast, but I'll be realistic with you. If it's not succeeding, like if you can't even get your mom to listen to your podcast, then don't. I'm like, just do something else.
Oh, you know, when I first started, I just remember, and I always give people like that head nod. You know what I mean? Because I first started, I was like, when it comes to podcasting, because I was doing the vlogs and stuff like that. But when I first started, podcasting was Chris and I, like, we didn't know what the hell we were doing. You know, I was asking you, like, about sound shit, and we had to learn on the fly, on the McFly, and we were just
I knew
like...
you had it, though. Like, I knew it wouldn't take you that long.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, man, and I just remember how numbers just steadily grow, and I remember I had a conversation with Jimmy, you know what I mean? With Jomboy, and I was like, yo, bro, like, because, his podcast is, like, fucking blew up obviously last year and all of that stuff, and then I'm looking at like his podcast numbers, and he's telling me, and he's like, yo, bro, when I was doing those same numbers you doing now, like what I did was I just imagined like all of those people in one room. So if those people, so if you got, let's just say, I don't know, 20 people, like 20 people in one room, that's a lot, and they there to listen to you. That's why I say, yo, keep it going. Maybe each one to reach one. Maybe you never know. One person that reaches the right ear.
Don't get me wrong, bro.
Keep it going.
I did my NFL podcast, and when I first started my NFL podcast, it only got like 30 listens. But I did it every Thursday. I did it every week because I loved talking about football for an hour, and I love interacting with people, and it built. Yeah. I'm not gonna do it again this year, which I'm kind of like.
Well, because you guys doing talking sports, no?
We're doing. Like I'm most likely not gonna have the time to bring everybody NFL back, but like that's what I'm saying. I understand the grind. I understand. Hey, if you were able to pull 30 on your first episode with no real backing or promo, like keep doing it, and I did, and it built, and I had some good episodes where I said some stuff and it hit, but like it's not for everybody, man. I see so many people just making like Yankees Dynasty podcast.
Oh shit, Keith got cut off while they hitting. Let me see something. What happened to Keith? Keith got cut off.
Right, I was saying like there's so many like Yankees Street podcast, the Pinstripe Players Pod, and like like we have enough podcasts. I was on a panel last year when I was rocking with Bronx Pinstripes doing George's Box, which I didn't even want to do that. Like they brought me into that, and I'm thankful that they did. It gave me another vantage point of how podcasting goes and works, whatever. Scott and Andrew are very successful with their Yankee podcast. They've got 15,000 listeners or something like that an episode. But when I was on this panel talking about it, I was like, yo, I didn't want to do just another Yankee pod. Like this podcast we're doing is not just a Yankee pod. I listened to this podcast before I was on the podcast, and
this podcast is a movement.
It made me laugh. It made me forget where I was for a second. It made me feel like I was in the conversation with other people that like the Yankees like me. It can't always be. And like I like the tagline, seriously not serious, because everybody else turns on a Yankee baseball podcast and, well, the Yankees played a 4-game set in Toronto. They lost 3 out of 4 games and and it's just whack. Yeah. So I encourage people, if you want to do a podcast and you want to do a Yankee podcast, let's stay there. Pick an angle, pick a lane, pick something that suits you. Don't try and be Joe's McFly. Don't try and be Talking Jake. Don't try and be, the next person doing a Yankee. You can't be R2-D2. Come up with your own style and your own lane, and that's the only way you'll succeed.
You know what's one funny thing about the whole don't be some. I remember I went on Talking Yanks one time because Jake wasn't able to do it, and Jake wrote his fucking Burns, his Jakey Burns. Yeah. And he was like, yo, I want you to read it, right? And I want you to try it. I'm like, bro, I don't know. What the fuck are you saying here? I read that shit. I went, yo, oh my God, could somebody please find that video for me? Oh my God, please clip it up. I don't remember. It was a video. It was one for that me.
I'm gonna write it down.
Me and Jimmy did. It was me and Jomboy. And Jomboy was just laughing, bro. And they're like, I'm like, yo, you sure you want me to read it? He's like, nah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Read it. Like, read it. Try to do it just like I was reading it. I didn't know where the hell Jake was going with some shit. And he's like, yo, I don't.
Jake brain. You don't have a Jake brain. Jake is the only one with a Jake brain.
Jake,
I have do what Jake does. Like,
no
Jake,
idea.
Jake shouldn't have tried to make you wear that shoe.
I was like, because it was fun just hearing me try to read what the hell he was saying. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just glad that he didn't write that whole spit in my mouth. I was like, yo, I'm not gonna read that shit. Hell fucking no. Like, Jake,
Older, I barely know her. Spit in my mouth. The Yankees lose the game.
Spit in my mouth. The Yankees lose the game. I was like, hey, yo, what the hell? But yeah. So it's funny. Just stay true to yourself. That shit made me laugh, man. Just kind of fucking thinking about that.
That's the best advice, because and I don't know where I'll go in life. I don't know where I'll travel, where maybe I will be in another situation to speak to people or public speak or on a panel or whatever. Yeah. I just try and keep it 100, really 1,000. I'm not going to be the guy that's telling you, like I didn't even want to do podcasts. I didn't know I was going to land with Jomboy. I didn't know that I would get to be on Pinstripestrong. I was supporting you guys and listening to your podcast from afar. And then when I did get on a podcast in 2019, I did 30 episodes and I walked away from it. Like, it's not always going to be what you expect or what you think, but be yourself. And that's one thing, like, I am always like the same. I'm always me. I don't change up for really much of anybody or who I am, or like, if people don't like that, that's fine, because I can't put on some act or do something extra to try and like be somebody else. It's never going to work in the long run.
Right.
All right. That's my TED Talk. It's that AV on that TED Talk. Hey.
Afterpod. It's been a while since we had an afterpod.
Afterpod is the afterpod. After the pod is the after party. And
after the pod is the after party. So there's some good shit. Damn, I was looking for this Dave Chappelle thing, this Dave Chappelle sound that Chris put in the chat. Oh, fuck, it pissed me off.
Here's one thing I'll leave you with. When this coronavirus stuff gets to a better place and we figure out how to do some live shows, Pinstripestrong X Talking Yanks live pods, wait on it. That's going to be a whole nother vibe.
Oh my
That's
God,
going to be a whole
cool
different thing. It's one thing to do a podcast in your house by yourself. It's another thing to do the podcast live in front of an audience. And I can't wait till we get to the point to do that.
That'll be funny. I'll probably be up there with all those lights fucking sweating like,
the pin stains. Like, yo, I got to change my shirt. My back.
I got to make sure I don't wear gray on that day. I got to wear dark blue. For damn sure I'm wearing dark blue. Because I'll be sweating through my shirts. Like, damn, Joe, everything all right out there? Man, nervous. Talk about the Yankees. Insane. But excited. Go Yankees, man. We got Atlanta coming up.
Let the afterpod see the way the lights go here. Here's one light. Pew.
My man is doing the Rennie.
Another light.
My man is doing the Rennie.
Here's another light. Hey, now I'm in the dark with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stream tonight. I'm gonna do
dark in the dark.
I'm gonna definitely
dark in the dark in the dark.
in the dark in the dark in the dark. After this, I'm gonna hop off for a little while, turn on my Streamlabs, and then I'm gonna be gaming for tonight. But I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for hopping into the voicemail pod. The voicemail pod. The voicemail pod. I'm out of here.